Hi, everybody. This is Digital Film Lighting 2, DFM 201, and this is the week 1 go-to session for the June uh, curriculum. June 6th, this evening, I'd like to give you basically an overview of what to expect from Digital Film Lighting 2 this month. Um, You've hopefully watched the intro video with the course description. If you haven't had an opportunity, please take a look at my bio in your startup menu and just familiarize yourself with me and my background. That'll give us a little bit of a shorthand as far as what we're going to cover this month and what you know to be my background and my areas of expertise. And also check out the community discussion boards. There's one posted for each week. That's your forum, by the way. So you folks, if you're working on any side projects, or you have, or if you want extra critique for any of the projects that you're working on this month, you can post things there, conversations, prior works in progress, discussions, whatever you see fit. That's your forum. There's no requirement to participate in that, and there's no grade resulting from that participation, but it's your opportunity to take advantage of the networking potential of our portal here, and to get to know your classmates. We're going to do some things probably similar to what you've done in other classes. Just a brief note about that. I did have a student last month who was a little stymied by the idea that he'd been asked to analyze a film work that had been the focus of discussion in another class. That may very well be the case at one point or another, that you'll be asked to evaluate or consider prior works that we reference, or I reference in this class, or any of my other classes for that matter. And please understand that it's not, it's not out of redundancy that we're doing that. As a matter of fact, it's a common belief that it might be better for you to revisit similar material and look at it with fresh eyes from the point of view of your new class. So if you looked at, for instance, gravity in one of your prior classes in context to editing style or directorial conventions or anything of that nature, and if you then consider gravity in one of my classes, it'll always be in the context of what I'm trying to get across to you. So in this class, if we talk about The Godfather, or let's see, what are some of the other topics that we might cover? Alien or 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's always going to be from a lighting point of view. So try to look at those topics with fresh eyes, because this month your studies are going to focus on your lighting ability. We're going to cultivate some skills in you to perform motion picture lighting. And so we want you thinking in those terms for the month of June now. And so consider each of those topics on those merits. We will do each week a discussion post. The discussion post should be hopefully lively and engaging. Everyone should participate in those. They are for a grade. And a brief note about discussion posts. Obviously, since this is an academic portal and we're doing these discussion posts for a grade, you want to have substantive conversations with your peers about concepts from class. In other words, simply saying that you like a film and that you felt that a film was entertaining or creatively significant, do support your claims with documentation, clips from YouTube, photo illustrations, reference magazine articles if you wish that discuss topics that you are also sharing with the group in your discussion post, and cite those references as well. So, tell us where you saw the article, where you grabbed the image from, or how you found the YouTube clip or Vimeo clip or whatever the video clip happens to be, and we'll give creative credit to those individuals whose work that represents. But do use things like that in your discussion posts to bolster your opinion, so that we're not just tossing about a bunch of unsubstantiated claims about what we like and what we don't like. Everyone has opinions, and we all have preferences and things that we enjoy. But in this context, we want to get a little bit more substantive conversation going, so that we can learn from one another. And hopefully we will bring things to the table each week that others have not been exposed to or they haven't considered before. And so it helps us in that way to engage one another and create a sense of community. I know that we have a disconnect because we are an online curriculum, and that's difficult sometimes to create the atmosphere of a classroom. So treat the discussion posts as that type of thing in that spirit, and hopefully we can generate a little bit of the community that others enjoy at brick and mortar schools. We'll see if we can get some of that going. So lighting 2, right? Week 1. We're going to talk about color theory. So we'll look at things like creative gels, colored gels to affect our images and our lighting in ways that are either corrective or creative. We'll also talk about basic electricity. We're just going to cover that as a sort of a refresher. I know that you've had this in lighting 1, and the issue is that there's been about 4 to 6 months possibly between now and the last time you've had a lighting class where electricity was discussed. And just out of respect for the fact that, a lot of the stuff that we use requires power and current, and we want to make sure that everybody uses those resources safely. So we'll just do a little bit of review on electricity in week 1. And also in week 1, we'll start discussing 5 sort of classic themes in filmmaking, and how they relate to lighting concepts. For instance, how do we light comedy? What are the elements and characteristics of comedic lighting? In week 2, we'll discuss a couple of concepts at the same time, horror and science fiction, and we're going to compare and contrast those two themes and see if we can find differences and similarities between those two different styles of storytelling, and how that would affect our lighting, or how we can use our lighting to enhance those messages or those narratives. Week 3, we will discuss action and drama and how they are alike or different in their approaches to lighting. And in week 4, I think what we'll do is we'll have you revisit your favorite style or your favorite theme, and have you take another crack at a lighting project that will emphasize that story theme again, and see if we can generate some advanced results or some improved results over your first attempt at that particular style, whichever that one may be. And that choice will be up to you. You'll get to pick that on your own. Now, there from time to time are individuals who, for one reason or another, are not technically savvy or mechanically inclined, or who simply are pursuing a craft or career track that won't find them typically handling equipment or making decisions about electricity or lighting. And in that situation, there is an alternate plan of coursework that you can inquire about, which involves doing some research papers instead of the weekly lighting and video projects that we have in store for you this month. Now, it's not an easy path, so don't mistake the alternate coursework selection as an easy way out of doing your lighting work. No, on the other hand, it's probably just as academically challenging, just from a writing point of view instead of a technical performance point of view. You'd still be responsible for all the readings and watching all the video tutorials, but then you'll take the concepts in those learning experiences and you'll compose a research paper that will discuss those elements in more detail and apply them perhaps to your observations of your favorite film or a critique of a prior work that demonstrates the topics from that particular week, and use references, bibliography, images, and citations, and so forth, just like a regular research paper, and you do those instead of your weekly video project. For those who are going to just take the course straightforward, the way it's laid out, each week you'll do a video film project where you'll take 2 or 3 minutes and you'll create a video that demonstrates concepts from the week. It does not have to be a finished concept. It doesn't have to be a beginning to end complete thought, for instance. You can do a series of 3 or 4 shots that demonstrate dramatic lighting style or horror lighting style or sci-fi lighting style, or anything within those themes and topics from each week, and you'll submit that as your lighting video project. So of course you'll need your camera, you'll need your laptop, you'll need your lighting kit. If you haven't busted into those materials yet, some of you may have just gotten your tech package. Read or watch the startup tutorials on how to set up your lighting kit. There's also on the YouTube link that I have on the go-to registration page, where it says there's an archive, and you can hit the link and go to my YouTube page. There's also a video on how to use the camera, the FS700. We have an FS5 video coming out. A lot of the concepts are very similar, so you can probably derive what you need from the FS700 video, hopefully. If not, you can always email me or call me with questions. So get familiar with those materials. Get into your tech package a little bit and familiarize yourself with your computer and so forth, because you will need to use that equipment this month, and hopefully it's fun. As always, if ever you have questions about your assignments or the reading, or a paper that you have to write for class, or a discussion post, whatever it is, shoot me an email. That's what I'm here for. We have these go-to sessions. You can visit them live. You can watch them from the archive. I have each week when we do a go-to video, I post them at the go-to registration site. You've also got the YouTube page you can go to and watch a variety of other videos. There's something like 60 some odd videos up there now with covering different topics from prior classes. But reach out to me. Don't feel like you're alone in this process. Even though you're taking an online curriculum and you might be, in Pennsylvania or Ohio or somewhere outside of a production market where there's not a lot of folks around that you can seek out for advice or for help. You needn't feel like you're alone in this. You can reach out and contact me, and I'll be happy to give you my time. That's what I'm here for. I actually enjoy it. So if you need help, I'm here for you. Also, if you feel like you may need extensions for assignments of any nature, do get me involved sooner than later. A lot of folks will wait till the last moment or after the fact to tell me that they've been dealing with some sort of problem that impaired their ability to create a project and hand it in on time. There's not as much I can do for you after the fact as there is prior to when you require work extensions. So get me involved sooner rather than later. Reach out with an email, leave me a phone message, my office phone. I'll get back in touch with you as soon as I possibly can, and we'll figure out a solution to your problem. I don't want anybody to feel like they have the burden of too much work and not enough time, or too much responsibility without enough guidance. We're in this together. I'm here for you. You can reach out to me at any time that you need me, and I will return your correspondence, whatever that is, email, phone, whatever. So I think that's about it. It'll be a little bit of a challenge this month. It's a lot to get done, but it's totally doable. And most folks find the class enjoyable and educational. I hope that you do as well. And I look forward to working with each of you on these concepts. Lighting is something that has always been pretty close to my heart. I take it very seriously. I enjoy it creatively. It ignites me passionately and inspires me to do more work and to continue to learn. And I hope that it will offer you the same enjoyment and satisfaction for however long you sustain your career. So that's it, I think. That's basically my, intro discussion on Lighting 2 for this month, what's expected from you as a student and what I will provide to you as your instructor. And I hope that maybe I can convince some of you to become lighting professionals in your actual career moving forward. Nothing would please me more. So that's it. So have a good evening. Thanks for checking out this video. Remember, there's more videos. Check the link down on the go-to registration page for the other topical videos. And I hope you enjoy the readings and the video tutorials that I've selected for you. Each one of them has, if not been produced by myself, has been selected by me for you, specifically covering the topics that we will discuss this month. So having said that, enjoy Digital Film Lighting 2, and I look forward to working with you very soon. Thanks a lot and have a good evening.